Legacy Wealth Management was founded out of a desire to provide the best client service experience in the financial industry. After working for years in the traditional corporate investment world, the founders of Legacy Wealth Management knew that there was a better way. With so many companies pushing their clients to call centers and increasing account minimums, they wanted to deliver a client experience second to none. They believe in education, communication, and a deep commitment to a personal relationship with each client. Call Legacy Wealth Management today or go online to lynchburglegacy.com to improve the relationship with your finances. Legacy Wealth Management Group. It's more than a plan for your money, it's a plan for your life.
Broadcasting from Watts Creative Studios and live on Grove Street FM, you're listening to Talk Local to Me, brought to you by the Central Virginia Business Coalition.
All right, welcome back to Talk Local to Me. I am your host, Heather Alto with the Central Virginia Business Coalition.
And I am Mike Norfield with Visiting Angels of Lynchburg.
And who are you over there?
And I am Autumn with the Central Virginia Business Coalition.
Yeah,
Mike took my place.
She pops in every now and then. Pop in every now and then.
Like a bad penny.
Yeah. So we have a couple guests on the show today. Lots of events to talk about. But before we get going, I'm going to give a quick business shout out this afternoon. And it's crazy that it's afternoon, but I'm giving a shout out to a coffee house because I don't know if I'd make it through the rest of the day without something, because I was dragging this morning. I mean, really dragging. So we stopped in at local Bedford coffee shop. It's actually a newer coffee shop, and it's called First 11 Coffee House, right on South Street. And they're a couple months. They've been open maybe 3-4 months, and
something like that.
I hadn't been able to get by there before, but today we were passing out some flyers for the car show, which we'll talk about later. And I was just like, I need to grab some coffee. And so she made me a delicious sugar-free s'mores latte, and it is phenomenal.
I hear.
Yeah, I love being able to have like stuff that's sugar-free now.
Right.
Places that'll make it. And Autumn's got her
strawberry banana
smoothie.
Yeah.
Which looks good.
And I have a Diet Pepsi
and you have a Diet Pepsi, which did not come from First 11 Coffee. But yeah, a quick business shout out. We like to shout out, different businesses in our area on the show. And hopefully you guys, were able to tune in and heard that fabulous commercial from our our pre-roll sponsor there, Legacy Wealth Management.
Yeah, thank you to Legacy Wealth Management on English Tavern Road for giving us that.
Yeah.
That sponsorship there. That's great.
Absolutely. So our first guest today, we have Jonathan Mullins with us with Central Virginia Financial Services. And we are excited to hear from him about the different options that he provides to people with, financial needs. And good afternoon. Welcome.
Hey, how are you doing today?
I'm good. So I guess first of all, I want to kind of give you the opportunity to introduce yourself and kind of give a little bit of an overview of Central Virginia Financial Services before then we get into like the nitty-gritty details of all the things you provide.
Yeah, sure thing. I've been around since the company Central Virginia Financial Services has been around since 2009, but I've been in the financial industry since February 14th of 2000, and I got formulated Central Virginia Financial Services, and then I started doing everything life and health.
Mm-hmm.
Life and health, but then I really concentrated on, because I really have a heart for our seniors, so I really focused on Medicare, and it's been very satisfying to me. I've been able to help a lot of people. Anybody that's ever had to deal with Medicare knows what I'm talking about. It's just crazy. It changes all the time, unfortunately, but it's something that, we as agents get educated every year. We have to take classes every year for the state and federal government Center for Medicaid and Medicare Services, and also for each company we represent. So that turns into a good almost week of training each year that we have to go through, but it's good, and it's something that I really enjoy, helping out the people that really don't know. That's a big part of their life, is coming into the Medicare season.
So, fun fact about me, I feel like I've worked everywhere, and like I'm not even that old. Like I feel like when I was younger, I just had a lot of different. I worked I worked, for a
Worked at a
skating
cemetery.
rink, and I worked for a cemetery. I
It's a
literally
dead-end
sold.
job.
I always say I literally sold holes in the ground.
Right.
They told me I could sell ice to an Eskimo. No, I can also sell holes in the ground. But also though, I did insurance billing for Lincare for quite a while, and so I know how difficult it can be sometimes when you're working with Medicare, Medicaid. I really specialized in TRICARE and Blue Cross Blue Shield, but I did have to do a little bit with Medicare, Medicaid, and I mean it can definitely be a hassle because you're right, things change all the time. There's always different documents they need to make sure that you're eligible for the benefits you're getting, or things like that. So I think having someone like yourself that people can talk to, who knows, what they're looking for, what they need, and having someone that can advocate for them is really important, because I know on that other side of things how much it can be a pain to get a bill in the mail that you really don't owe, but you have to jump through hoops to get it paid.
Right. And of course, when you first sign up for Medicare, one of the things I did want to specify is, of course, when you turn 65, you age into Medicare.
Mm-hmm.
There's another thing that you can do as well, is if you are disabled. And this is very important. I really can't say this enough. If you are disabled and you are in your 2-year period or coming up to your end of your 2-year period, typically you will have a Medicare Advantage policy. And it's not enough time on this podcast to explain the difference really necessarily in depth about the difference.
Mm-hmm.
But the Medicare Advantage policy, you do have still, when you turn 65, you have that open or that special enrollment period to get a Medicare supplement policy, which is a much better product as far as just being able to keep your budget.
Mm-hmm.
Because in a Medicare supplement policy, the ones that I take care of, Plan G, which means nothing to anybody necessarily, but that is a very good product, because a Medicare supplement policy, what Medicare doesn't pay, if it's a Medicare approved procedure,
Mm-hmm.
the Medicare supplement policy will pay. So it's something. So if you are paying $100 or $100 and whatever dollars for a Medicare supplement, you can budget that money in for that's all you would have to pay. So when you go to the doctors, you don't have to worry about, I don't have the copay, I don't have the, deductible, I don't have any. You don't have to worry about that when you have a Medicare supplement policy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that's, really huge with me that I talk to people about. But unfortunately, you can't sell them to somebody under age 65. So if they're disabled at age 60, when they do get to age 65, it's important really to go ahead and switch them over to that Medicare supplement policy. When I'm out in the field, I talk to a lot of people that have already passed that 65 mark and were disabled for some 10 years or so. And they say, why can't I get that? And I'm like, because you actually went past your guaranteed period of time, or your period where you have the ability to get that without underwriting.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really sad, because they think because they have Medicare that they can't get better Medicare.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of the things that you really need to have an agent for. You buy something off TV or anything else, that's not going to work. They're not going to call you and tell you what you need to do and how you need to do it. I typically will keep track of my clients, and when I see them, that are disabled, and when I see them get to the 65 mark, I contact them and make them aware that they can do that. And usually, if they're disabled, they're thrilled to have that, because now they're able to go to the doctor without having to pay all those copays and deductibles.
Yeah. Because you see these commercials on TV, like what Henry Winkler and what JJ from Good Times and all the things.
They make outrageous claims that,
Right.
you can get all this home care, because I pay attention to those ads now probably more than I
Yeah.
should. You can get all this home care and things like that. And even if you can get home care with that, sometimes they make it sound like you can get pretty much round the clock care, and it's a limited number of hours per year and things like that. But and making sure that your Medicare plan is going to work with, speaking from my world, like home health and all Medicare plans will work with hospice and things like that, which is a great thing about hospice. But the home health, there's certain companies can only work with certain insurances and things like that. So talking with an agent helps you kind of make sure that you select the right plan for you, instead of just calling a 1-800 number from a website and getting, some customer
Certificate.
service
Yeah.
representative out there that's just kind of trying to sell a policy and check boxes and may not really be as knowledgeable as a local agent.
Right, and I'll be honest with you. Like I said, I've actually talked to quite a few people. I had a client that while they were waiting to get a hold of me, they went ahead and they called one of these numbers, and they, just off the cuff said, "Well, that sounds like a good plan." And as soon as they said that, the person that was on the phone signed them up for that plan. They considered that an approval, a verbal approval of the plan. Instead of saying, well, let me think about it. I would advise you, unless you really want to to sign up for something that they advise, that to just not make that phone call. I guess there's just some people that don't agree with that, I'm sure, but and there's a lot of people out there right now that signed up online, or not online, but signed up because of that, and they don't know what they can have or could get. That's one of the reasons why I'd love to do this and say, hey, if you really want to check up on what you have, I would be glad to do that too.
Well, I think one of the things, like just from what you said earlier, is, and correct me if I'm wrong, is a lot of people are not informed leading up to the time they turn 65. And, I even think, I'm in my 40s, and I feel like while 65 seems far away, I mean, when I was
It's
10,
creeping up
40,
on you.
40s felt far away, so it's creeping up.
You're getting older by the minute.
But the other thing is that I have parents that are in that 60, 65 range. And so I feel like the more knowledgeable I am trying to help them make decisions, because, a lot of people are trying to help their elderly parents and things. It also is good to be informed prior to what you're doing. Because like you said, someone went without doing it and then was like, why can't I get that now? Well, if you'd have been better informed, if you'd have spoken to someone like Jonathan ahead of time, then he could have advised you in how to do it. I feel like it's the same kind of advice you get. Like if you're even just trying to do like life insurance, you want to be well advised before you need it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's quite a few people out there that have gone through the process of getting Medicare, and I mean they're very kind about it and everything, but they want to give their friends advice, and they really don't know enough to give the advice.
Right.
And I just that I mean, but they're extremely meaning well, and I get that. But you've just got to be careful. And then of course you got to be you have to be careful of, and I hate to say this, but you do have to be careful of someone that's out there selling this stuff that just wants to get a commission. And I'm going to get myself in trouble by saying that, but you do have to really be careful with that. There are different commission schedules for these products, and
Right.
there are people that will just quote the most expensive product that they can get credit for.
Yeah.
I want to say up front, and this is something that I'm very proud of, is that I don't charge anybody anything when they come into my office and they want to talk to me for an hour or 2 hours and go through their finances and try and lay out a retirement situation. I don't if they don't buy something from me or purchase something from the insurance company, I don't charge them. And that's something that I've heard this is different as well. So my mantra for my company, really, I have a thing, is Central Virginia Financial Services, where we put the care back in Medicare, and that's we live by that. We really do.
Great.
So we're talking a little bit about Medicare, but you also do the life insurance, and we touched a little bit on that too.
I do life insurance, and I also do some other things that are Medicare or age related. One of them would be a guaranteed issue life insurance. There's a lot of people out there that have lost life insurance, and they're older, maybe even have some problems. But there are insurances out there. I've heard them called burial insurance. I've heard them call. There's a lot of different names, but they're all the same thing. And you buy them typically by the thousand. So I mean, just to throw a number out there, don't quote me on this necessarily, is If you want $1,000 worth of life insurance, it might cost you $15. If you want, 10,000, it's going to cost you $150, and that's a lot more than the the traditional life insurance. But the good thing is there's no underwriting, so you don't have to worry about being turned down. You don't have to worry about any of that, and that's one of something else that I provide. And I know personally, my parents passed away, and they didn't have anything, and I have 7 siblings, so it was just one of those things where caused, a lot of friction, in family because, who was going to pay for the funeral,
Right.
that kind of thing. So if you have some money in there, then that's what it's for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
life
can't agree with
insurance-
that more.
Yeah.
Again, I mean, I've said my spiel about all that before, but we've
And
had the same situation. So
It's also important to have the financial aspect of that with the life insurance prepared as well. But it's also, this is just a free little tidbit today, but it's also good to, no matter what your age is, to make sure that you've got your final plans laid out too. So when you
yes,
have,
don't
like
get
you
me on the
said,
soapbox.
7 siblings and they're all trying to decide, are we going to do cremation? Are we going to do burial? If you don't have your wishes explicitly spelled out for your family, it makes it a lot harder. So that's one thing that we've been working on in our family is making sure that, my parents have theirs, and then, my wife and I are working on ours and things like that. So,
I could talk for an hour about that, but I'll
Yeah.
do it today.
yeah.
Again,
So,
worked at a cemetery.
Anybody that's been to any of my group meetings, that one of the things that I do put out there is that my company has developed what's called a memorial booklet.
Mm-hmm.
With that booklet, basically what you do is you write in there, of course, your name and everything that you want to do or have done in your passing.
Right.
And it does give information on there as far as, financial information as well. But what it does is it takes the guesswork and takes the argument out of the system. If that my parents had done that and said, I want to be cremated, I want to be, have my ashes sprinkled here, I want to do this, nobody can say that they're going to do something different.
Right.
But now it's kind of like, you're all guessing, you all have different ideas about what should happen.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to offer that to everybody that's on the podcast too. If you just want to give me a email at jonathan@cvfs.net and say that's what you're looking for, I'd be glad to send you one.
Mm-hmm.
And then that way you can have that assurance as well.
Yeah, let me just say, folks, honestly, that is a great resource. And I highly recommend that you reach out to Jonathan and have him send you one, because it's almost like, you sit there and you do all this event planning. You plan for weddings, you plan baby showers, you plan this and that. But nobody wants to think about planning their death because it's morbid. You don't want to think about it. But he is 100,000% right. And I'm going big here with 100,000
right.
percent correct. Because I have sat there, I have been there when families have come into the cemetery to try and figure out what they want. They're grieving. They're not worried about, they don't know what. Take that off their plate for just, take it off their plate. Like, figure yourself out. So definitely message Jonathan. What was the email again?
Jonathan, JONATHAN @CVFS.net.
Yeah. Make sure you do that. So that's my plug for
CVFS as in Central Virginia Financial Services, because those V's and the B's and the D's, they all blur together.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
Right.
Central Virginia Financial Services.
Now, Jonathan, if somebody wants to speak to you, not necessarily about getting the memorial book, but talk to you about Medicare, Medicaid, talk to you about life insurance, what's the best way to get a hold of you? Is it email? Is there a phone number? What's the best kind of option?
I have a phone number and email, either whatever's more convenient for them. But my phone number obviously is 434-229-8887. Again, 434-229-8887. And that's my personal cell number. Comes right to me. And I do answer that when I'm able to. Like right now, I can't answer it, but I do answer that when I can. And if you leave me a message, I will guarantee to give you a call back.
And then you also have a website, the cvfs.net.
Right.
And so they can go on there and check out your information as well. You can also go to cvabc.org.
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 Apparently we're all saying it. And get his information off of there too. So, I really do encourage, and I know, it's not, let's be honest, it's not fun to talk about medical insurance and life insurance and things like that. But sometimes necessary isn't always fun. And so you have to go beyond just living carefree and was it footloose and fancy free and all
Yep.
those things. Yeah. And just do what's necessary for yourself and for your family. So I'm all up on my high horse today. I'm gonna get back down
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I know the
I get passionate about stuff.
well, I'm glad you do. But the situation is that you're not doing this really for yourself. You're doing this for your family,
Right.
for your kids, for your, this is important that they know that, so that something happens to mom or dad, they can go somewhere and they find this booklet and they open it up and it says exactly what they need to do. There's no questions. There's no issues. And if you don't have life insurance, get at least $10,000 or $15,000 worth, so you can get that situation taken care of. So when you do go into the funeral home or whatnot, they'll say, okay, well, yeah, 10 or 15,000, that's our budget.
Yeah.
That's our budget for doing this. And it would, you don't need to have $200,000, when you're that age.
Right.
There's a reason for life insurance. I mean, when you're younger and whatnot, and you've got a home and you've got two kids that may go to college. Yeah, you might need $500,000.
Yeah.
for life.
You're protecting all those resources in your family that, have a long time to go before
Exactly.
they're all taken care of. Yeah.
So I mean, but up until that point, I mean, it's really important that need to take care of that situation. And just a real big quick plug, I do actually, as part of my practice, sell dental, vision, and hearing aid insurance as well.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I mean, there are a lot of people that need all three of those. And I mean, there's other things like hospital indemnity, which I can explain to anybody that wants to know that, and things like that really are beneficial for people in different circumstances. It's not a one for all, and that's why it's really good to have somebody that will sit across the table with you and listen to what you need, and have the experience to guide you to the right place. And that's what I do. That's what I do. I take pride in it too, and I really I enjoy talking to people and get a little bit of satisfaction out of helping them solve their problems and
Yeah.
take care of them.
And just being a resource for those, if they have questions, they know they can reach out to you with no sort of obligation or cost involved. They can have a conversation with you. You can help them find the right solution for their life.
Yeah.
Exactly, and it's not. One of the things I see a lot, and it's a little disturbing to me as well too, is when agents will sign them and drop them. You'll sign up somebody and then they'll never hear from them again. I can't tell you how many times I've spoken to people, and I say, "Do you have an agent?" And they're like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "What's their name?" And I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I was like, "What do you mean you don't know?"
Yeah.
All my people that are my clients know my name. And I invite you to look at Better Business Bureau. Look at the Better Business Bureau. Look me up.
Yeah.
You'll definitely see my information there, and rated A+. So I mean, there's a whole lot of good stuff that I'd like to do for people, and really hoping to grow. And like I said, every client that I have becomes my friend for the most part.
That's amazing.
Good. That's great.
That's actually a great quality, or it's something great to put out there to people, because again, I've worked with people before, and you talk to them, they sign you up, and you never hear from them again. So
yeah, we work with clients on a daily basis, and a lot of times we really get to know the family because we're involved with a lot of their care, things like that. You really do build that relationship that is more than just we're providing a service, and it's a great thing to be a part of. Yeah.
Yeah, I have one client that well, you can't see me through the radio, but I really do enjoy. I really enjoy a good meal. And anyways, she
too.
is this. When I took care of her situation, I mean, I knew exactly where to go every time I wanted some banana bread. So that was a good deal.
Right. Good
Awesome.
things. Good things.
Well, thanks for coming on the show with us. I know Mike usually has his question he likes to throw in there at the
Oh
end.
yeah, I forgot today. CVABC.org. So we've been asking everybody who comes on the podcast. So how long have you been part of the CVABC, and what do you think is the biggest benefit to you as a person who runs a business of being a member of the CVABC?
I think I've been a member for about 3 or 4 months now, but I've known Heather for years.
For years.
Years, and when I was looking around to find out what would be the best asset for me and my company to be able to get out there, and someone I trust. I remember I got a hold of Heather and the CVABC, and I just love it. I can't say enough good things about it.
It's going to make me cry.
Yeah. Watch out, your halo's tilted.
I know. Wait, hold on. Let me put it back on. No.
But no, it's just it's a wonderful resource. If you don't have it and you have a small company, you really need to look it up.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
And thank you for coming on today. And again, everyone, make sure that you reach out to Jonathan, whether it's through email, phone, or checking out his website, and see how he can help you with your future. So thank you.
Yeah, thanks you guys. And thanks for listening.
So we're going to transition over to our next magical guest. And I'm sure y'all have heard this fabulous Kristen Breedlove with Minnie's Travel Boutique before on the show with us. But we're going to do a really quick kind of rundown of events we have coming up. I know we talk about it usually each show, but man, we have like a plethora of events coming up.
Do we have any events coming up?
Gosh, I feel like my head's going to explode with all the events. So I'm going to throw it over to Autumn because, she's here today and let her do a quick rundown of what we have going on.
Alrighty. Well, so we'll start with this Saturday coming up, August 5th from 10 to 2. We will have our health and wellness fair that's tied into our disc golf tournament. That will be here in Bedford at Falling Creek Park. So we will have, the disc golf tournament will be going on, but we are inviting the community out to check out all the health and wellness vendors we have set up for the day.
We have over 20 vendors.
20 some vendors right now.
Wow.
Yeah. And I'm super excited to share we have a food truck coming that I'd never heard of before until just this past week when they signed up. So it's called the Hangry Food Truck because they know you're hangry when you're at events.
Awesome.
And it is an old ambulance made into a food truck. So it's coming to the health fair. Ambulance, awesome.
Ambulance.
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 That's how I say it. Water, wash, and ambulance. And so... But they do sweet and savory pancakes.
Oh.
So they do like pancakes that they put into like tacos and they put stuff in them. And then it's just, I'm super.
I was thinking about backing out as this event as a vendor, but now I think I'll actually show up.
No, because you're not even just a vendor. You're the presenting sponsor.
I am.
We have Visiting Angels and then Oakwood Health and Rehab.
A great partnership there with both of us serving Bedford County and the seniors there. And Oakwood's a great facility. And I hear Visiting Angels has some good things said about it. But we're happy to partner and bring this Fall Fling Health Fair. Yeah. Disc golf tournament, all sorts of things together.
Yeah. So it's from 10 to 2, and we really do encourage the community to come out. There's something for everyone. There's chiropractic, there's mental health, there's elder care, there's martial arts. We have the nursing post will be there. We have therapeutic elements. They're a massage therapist. We have, different, Aetna, I think, is going to be there. Aflac is going to be there. So we have all types of different, Kaya Health is going to be there. So there's lots of different options for you to come learn about your health, your wellness, even for your children. Let's be honest, school's starting back in about a week and a half. Kids are going to start sharing those germs. It's going to be fabulous. And then, of course, the cold season hits, the flu season hits. Go ahead and kind of get some information before it happens. So we hope to see you guys out there.
Get some good resources. Hopefully it'll be a great day. It's going to hopefully be a cloudy day, so we won't have too much sun, but hopefully the rain will hold off until after the event's over. But rain or shine, come see us. So unless it's a tornado.
And then, right. And then what's next, Autumn?
So again, that is a Saturday, August 5th from 10 to 2. Just want to put that out there. And then next Friday on August 11th, we will be bringing back the Second Fridays Cruisin' in Bedford. So we will be doing a full Centerfest road closure and bringing in a ton of cars, anywhere from classics to,
hot rod type
classics,
cars?
hot rods, I
don't know much about cars.
Any car, all cars are welcome. This isn't just one type.
I can just bring my Honda Pilot instead of there?
If you would really like to.
I mean, I'm just asking.
Yeah, sure. But so we will be doing that. That will be from 7 to 9. Cars will start coming at 6. So Streets are closing at 6. If you decide to show up with your family, just, be cautious because from 6 to 7, we will be pulling cars in the street. So don't want anybody to get run over. But we will have, a few food trucks will be there. We'll have some music playing. A big part of this is make sure we're getting downtown and shopping local in Bedford. So we won't really have any vendors this time around because we really want you guys to go into the stores and shop local. And we are actually, along with this, doing a school supply drive.
Right.
So all the cars, we are not, it's free. It's a free event for the community. It's free for the cars. So we just ask that they bring
School supplies.
some kind of school supplies.
Awesome.
And we'll donate that. We're going to be donating those to Bedford County Public Schools.
Yep.
And
Awesome.
then in September, we're doing a canned food drive that we will be donating to a local nonprofit and local church in this area that gives away food boxes. And then in October, we'll be doing a toy drive
Toys for Tots.
to be given out to utilize for Christmas.
Yep.
So it all kind of has a theme to each one.
Excellent. I love that it's free. You can give back to the community and support your community and support local businesses in Bedford as well.
Yes.
Yep.
And there's some awesome ones out there.
Yes. Yes. And then we have Battle of the Bands.
Then the weekend after that, the next 3 weeks, we are super busy. So August 19th is Battle of the Bands. So we will be there from 5 to 9. It's also the cruise-in. So we will have
Another car show.
another car show there as well. So we have 4 bands competing for, $1,000 cash prize. It is a free event as well. We'll have vendors set up, bounce houses, kid activities, food trucks. We'll have Porterhouse there, Watts Poppin' and Chillin', Dirty Water Dogs, Nothing Bunk Cake, and Holy Heaven Cookie Company.
Yes.
All there with the food. So,
And it's free
yes,
admission.
it is free
Again,
for everyone.
because we love the community. But we do want you to come out and support these bands. They're going to be playing everything from like rock alternative to country.
Yep.
We do strive to not have heavy metal. I'm sorry if you're a heavy metal fan, but I know a lot of our community is more, on the side of like,
we do monitor the music.
But
It is family friendly.
It is
4
family
yeah.
friendly, yes.
4 great bands. And we encourage you to bring your own chairs. We do not allow tents because we want everyone to be able to see the stage.
Or
You can-
coolers.
Or coolers. Yes, you cannot bring your own cooler in.
Okay.
But you can bring your own chairs. If you want to bring like an umbrella, if it's really hot and you just need to have like a small little umbrella that you put over, we can handle those, but not big tents.
But just be conscious when you're setting it up and kind of put it to
Yeah.
the side a little and try not to block anyone's view.
And I do want to make a quick note. A lot of times in the past 4 years, we've had a lot of people that come and sit up on the hill and they sit up under like that pavilion to shade themselves. And that's fine. But just note, for one, when we set up the music and the sound for the event, it's not always going to
It's not going to sound as good up on the
right.
hill.
It's not going to always push up that far. So we get a lot of people that come to us and go, we can't hear it. Well, that's because you're really supposed to be in the gated area
Right. And
where
there's
we have it.
There's no admission, so it's not like it's
That's correct.
costing extra there. So
And there is also no alcohol allowed outside of the gated area. And I'm just going to say that in public, because we get a lot of that too, where people want to take it up on the hill.
right.
Cannot do that. That is an ABC law. That is not my rule, but cannot go past the gated area. So I do just want to throw that plug out.
And along with that, we will have Virginia Eagle there. So no alcohol is to be brought into the event as well.
But it's still free. So come.
Yeah, I mean, it's still all free.
The beer isn't free.
No,
just
the
for
beer isn't
record.
free. Yeah,
But
just the
Alcohol available for purchase as long as you drink responsibly and a free event and come. I went last year as a volunteer and it was a great event and I really enjoyed it. It was some good bands.
Yeah, we get a couple hundred people that come out. So it is a lot of fun. And then last but certainly not least, what do we have coming up?
Centerfest.
So, yeah.
Why do you look
I was trying to say,
why do you look
in between
confused?
that? No. So yeah, we have Centerfest. It is the 42nd?
Yep.
42nd.
42nd annual Centerfest Festival. It's on September 23rd from 10 to 6. So, I mean, right now we are sitting at probably over 120 some vendors. We got so many food trucks this year.
We have a
they've
massive
been
amount of food
they've been
trucks.
coming out of the woodworks, I'm telling you guys. We have a lobster food truck. I'm really excited.
I can't wait for that. It's like a Maine
So,
lobster food
yes.
truck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
am
is there still space for vendors if somebody wants to sign up for that?
Yeah, there are a few spaces still left. We are being cautious about, not having too many of the same type. I am having to kind of go back through and monitor that. But we are still accepting vendors up until August 14th. So make sure if you are still interested, you can reach out to me at it's autumn.myers@cbabc.org, and I can send you an application. And
Or you can go to cbabc.org and find her contact information there as well.
That's
go there
correct.
as well.
Yeah, and we're still that's another one where we have a lot of bands. I'm super excited to announce like our 4 to 6, our closing band is going to be Glenn Shelton. He's a Nashville recording artist.
Nice.
He'll be there from 4 to 6 playing for everyone in the community. And again, like Autumn said, just the amount of vendors and the quality of the event that we've got this year is amazing. Our kids area is going to be, we're collaborating with Puzzled Car Show. Their car show is in October. So we've partnered with them. They're going to help run the kids area and have some of the games that they normally do for their event. And that kind of helps us out. But we're still looking to have a petting zoo and pony rides and bounce houses. Balloon Dude Travis will be there again this year doing your favorite balloon animals. And so just lots of fun things again for another free community event, because we want you to support our local vendors and our local downtown businesses.
Yeah, make sure you go into the local downtown businesses as well, because they will be open.
And with that being said,
well, before we go to Kristen, I have to prepare.
Oh, hold on.
Yes.
Oh, he broke out the ears.
Oh my word! I was wondering why there was a Cheez-It box.
Yes, name brand Cheez-It box. And then I have my 1981. What was it?
Oh my word!
Knickerbocker.
Oh my word!
Mickey Mouse that I got in 1981.
I need a picture of this.
Yeah, we need to put it up on the podcast page. So
this is amazing.
Spell for us.
That's great.
Wow.
And so Kristen, when I showed this to her, she came to our house one time. She came and visited my wife after she had surgery. She was very sweet. Her and Chris came. And I was telling her like, oh, look what I found. Like we were cleaning up my parents' old house and I found my old Mickey Mouse. And she looked at it. She goes, oh my gosh. Grabbed it, looked at the label. It's a Knickerbocker. So it's, you search eBay for these and they're like between $150 and $180 a piece.
Wow.
So this is my little collector item that
I'm going to mug Mike at the end of the podcast and run.
Right. So I brought a guest and I have the Mickey ears, and yes, they are the Union Jack British Mickey ears as well. So, or Minnie ears rather. So, but yeah. Anyway.
Well, so as most of you have heard, we have Kristen Breedlove back with us today with Minnie's Travel Boutique.
Hi, everyone.
It's
hello.
So much fun to have you in here with us. I just feel joyful as soon as I see you.
Thank you so much.
So we're going to talk a little bit about a special upcoming event that that you guys are planning. We're helping with the planning of it. And I'm just blown away by what Kristen and Chris have done to bring this event to our area. And I'm just so excited to be able to share it, because I feel like we're going to sell out of tickets pretty fast.
Yes.
And, I guess we can just jump into it. Whatever you want to kind of share.
Okay. Well, hi, everyone. My name is Kristen Breedlove, and my husband, Christopher, and we are the owners of Minnie's Travel Boutique, which is a gold earmarked authorized Disney vacation planning agency. But I am actually not here to really talk about Minnie's. I am here to talk about something that has been built up in my heart for quite a while. And I'm just going to go out and share with this. I've been teasing a lot of people on Facebook. I've had people send me text messages like, what are you doing? And it has just been a labor of love and encouragement from the Central Virginia Business Coalition. And I'm just super grateful. First off, I want to say hello to some special guests that are in California right now listening to this podcast. So hello to you. You know who you are. And don't worry, I'm going to talk about you in a minute.
Oh, I'm excited for that one. Then.
Oh, yes.
They're listening in.
We're super pumped. All right, everybody. Here's the big announcement. On Friday, October 6th, 2023, we are going to be having Minnie's Travel Boutique and the Central Virginia Business Coalition is excited to announce this brand new event called the Dream On Summit. And it is an all-day event. It's going to be held at the Legacy Wealth Management Group in their wonderful auditorium. We cannot thank them enough for the support of this event. And what this event is for all the small business owners that are listening right now, and how everybody's coming out and networking with CVABC and puzzled events and all these things. It is time for you to come and get really encouraged by some pretty fabulous folks that we have as distinguished speakers. And so the whole goal of the Dream On Summit is rediscover the story behind your business.
Right.
And so I'm super pumped. I don't have much time, so I'm going to go ahead and just kind of go down our list of speakers that we have coming to this event.
We're going to run a little over today. We're going to give you a little more time.
Oh, we're going to run over.
Well, because we talk so much about our events, and then this is a major one.
Well,
And we
thank you.
had a little bit of a delayed start.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
Okay.
The police
Well,
department.
Well,
Yeah.
thanks, everyone.
Cop talking.
Heather got arrested in the parking lot.
Oh,
We had to talk her
that's
out of
normal.
it.
No, I'm joking.
Oh, gracious.
Oh, I love it.
I just didn't want you to rush. I want us
Oh,
to be able to give
no.
full coverage to this event.
Oh, my
I'm very
goodness.
excited for it.
Oh, man. Okay, well, I'm going to just talk about the mission of the event real fast. And the mission of the Dream On Summit is to redefine the traditional business conference model and reawaken the dream within the hearts and minds of business leaders and entrepreneurs. So typically around the fall, and the seasons are changing. Being a business owner can be so struggling.
Mhm.
And especially if you're your own little entrepreneur person and you're like, how do I
Yeah.
get started? This is the event that you want to come to get inspired.
And one of the things I want to mention is we hosted back in March a Lead On Summit,
Yeah.
which Minnie's Travel Boutique was the sponsor of. And so that kind of is what got our wheels turning because, we hosted this as a leadership event, but then we got to thinking about what about those that aren't they're not running their own business, but even if they are, but if you're just dreaming of becoming bigger and better in your business, or you're dreaming of growing your business further than what it currently is. And so we've decided to kind of make it a 2 parts. We've got the Lead On and now we've got the Dream On. And it's just, I'm super just excited.
Oh
about it.
man, it's so hard just to sit here in this chair because I'm wanting to dance around. All right, well, who's going to be at Dream On? This is the big announcement. We are bringing. Oh, look, Casey Jr.'s coming
Heather
through.
Alto will be at the Dream On Summit. No, I'm just kidding.
Heather Alto.
Here comes the train.
And here comes the train.
Just wanted to throw that out there.
So yeah, I always want to sing the song Casey Jr.
Oh, yeah.
When the train comes by.
Mhm.
Casey Jr.
It reminds me because that's from Dumbo, right?
Yeah.
When they're doing the
Junior coming. Okay.
Down the
Anyway,
track.
this is the sing along podcast. All right. All right, friends. Well, this is super cool. Okay, so the first thing I need to let you all know is our speaker lineup. We have some pretty incredible speakers that I know for certain these people have not been to Lynchburg, Virginia, except one of them. But I'm going to talk about the first speaker that I am so thrilled. And he was someone that I've been following on social media for years. And through COVID, he actually just really helped me. And I don't even think he knows it, but I'm going to talk about a wonderful person that is becoming a really good friend of mine, even though I haven't met him in person. I feel like I know him real well. And his name is Joel Payne. Hi, Joel. I know that you're probably listening right now. So hello. So who is Joel Payne? Joel is an incredible artist. He's just one of these guys that have so many talents.
Mhm.
And he is actually known and he's referred to in the art world as the painter of believable fantasy. And he's also titled as the maker of wondrous things. And Joel is not your typical artist. He's had no background in it, and he just has this incredible gift. Joel actually does a lot of work for Disney World and Disney does a lot of artwork. And I discovered Joel on Facebook and just loved his artwork. His artwork is just absolutely gorgeous. And he is so kind because he'll sometimes go live on his Facebook page.
Yes.
And he just starts, he invites you into his life as he's becoming a painter, and he just talks about it. And he did that a lot during COVID. And it was just so nice to kind of tune in and watch what he was creating and how his imagination just was placed on paper. It was gorgeous. And I was like, who is this guy? And the more and more I was starting to follow Joel, he kind of just became this person of encouragement to so many people. And he kind of reminds me also of Mr. Rogers. And I know, Joel, you're probably laughing, but you truly do, Joel. Joel is a genuine person. He has also been an Imagineer with Disney World. And he worked in, I think it was in, wait a minute. I'm kind of looking at a few things here. So yeah, he worked on, it was in 1996. He was working with the Imagineering team on Disney's virtual Jungle Cruise ride that opened in Florida's Disney Quest. So before Disney Springs, it was called Downtown Disney, and there was this big place called Disney Quest. And believe it or not, I actually did that. I did this whole like background ride thing, and to now look at this now and realize, oh my goodness, it's the dude that actually helped create this. Joel has helped with so many video games, and he's even worked with so Steven Spielberg, he's worked with him to build 3D worlds for Steven Spielberg's Sky Pirates, art directing Disney's Atlantis, The Lost Empire, Mortal Kombat, so many amazing things. And then also to add on top of that, Joel is an actor and a singer, and he currently was nominated for a Hollywood Music and Media Awards for his original song called Santa Lives in You. And Joel is going to be sharing just where he got started, because I will tell you what, y'all, it is a wild ride. And he is a dynamic speaker and encourager. And he's going to talk about, discovering the story behind your business, why it's important to share the reason behind what you do. And that's what pretty much every speaker that we have coming to this event is going to be talking about, is take the risk, don't give up, keep going. If you have to pivot, you pivot. But I'm just thrilled. Joel's going to be there to meet with everyone. We're going to have his artwork on display, and I'm super pumped. So just spoke to Joel, I think it was last week, and he was like, Kristen, I'm going to be dynamic. I'm going to be this, I'm going to blow the socks off of everyone. And I mean, this is who he is. This is who Joel is. Like, the moment you meet him, you're his friend immediately. And even though I've never actually met Joel in person, I've talked to him several times, and I've actually been like a little groupie following all of his artwork and all the things that he does. And I almost got to see him and finally meet him in February at Disney World's Festival of the Arts, but I missed him by like an hour. And it's just been super fun. He's just a wonderful fella, real genuine, and is such a creative, has a big heart. And he definitely says things and shares things through the creator's eyes, like through an artist's eye. And, their perspective is so different. And it is amazing what Joel's going to say and how he's going to encourage everyone. So you're going to meet a very wonderful person that I know for certain everyone will just fall in love with.
So I started following Joel on Facebook when you and I first started talking. And I'm telling you, everyone, his artwork will blow you away.
Yes.
I have been like, every time he puts something up, I'm like, I need this. And he did one. So y'all know I love Disney, but I'm also a humongous Harry Potter fan. And like, I think he did one once that kind of depicted kind of like the Harry Potter theme. And I was just like, I need that. But yes. I was blown away. And I think everyone will be as well.
And it's just so calming. It's so nice to just like scroll through your newsfeed and get a notification that like Joel's going live and he's bringing you into his world of being an artist. And it's so nice. And he just talks about it, and it's very soothing. And like, I don't know what it is, but it's like you see this beautiful piece that is just like about to pop off, the picture, what he's painting, and I love it. So Joel, we're so excited to have you, and we cannot wait. And so it was Joel who I spoke to first, and he was like, I'm in. It was so easy. He was like, let's do this. And he's been such an encourager for me personally, just going through and reaching out to people that I never thought in a million years I would ever talk to. So I'm going to transition to our next speaker.
Sure.
All right. So the next speaker, so we have currently right now 5 speakers. We're waiting on one to confirm with us. But the next speaker that we have is, oh my goodness, I can't believe I'm about to say this. Y'all, we have a Disney legend coming to our event, and his name is Mr. Tom Nabby. Tom is an incredible, kind soul. and he is actually Tom Sawyer, the original Tom Sawyer from Disneyland. He was hired by Walt Disney himself. And Tom has a book that is going to be there at this event. He's going to be signing the books. And he has an incredible story from being a little boy to living in Anaheim on the day when Disneyland opened. His mom and him were kind of like at the gates, and he ended up getting into the event. His mom really likes celebrities, and she was just like, she was going to really see like who all the celebrities were coming to the opening of Disneyland. Well, Tom, obviously he got to experience Disneyland, and in his book, he talks about like he really wanted to be Tom Sawyer.
Yeah, I was reading excerpts from
were
it.
you? Yeah. And so it is so neat from this kid that's just like approaches Walt and tells him, I want to be Tom Sawyer. And Walt's like, well, we'll think about it. And it wasn't until like, I think it was a few months later, Tom Nabby was in the Penny Arcade on Disneyland Main Street. And I don't know what he was doing in there, but Walt told a person that he was working with, hey, go find Tom. And who would have known Tom Nabby was going to be in that park that day? But I think, Walt was very much aware of who was in his park. And so they approached Tom and they were like, you want to be Tom Sawyer? And he said, yes, sir. And then it was history from there for Mr. Nabby. And he actually, from being in the Marines to then actually working at Disneyland, and he moved to the Frontierland inside of Disney's Magic Kingdom at Walt Disney World to help construct the Tom Sawyer Island, which was going to be opened in May of 1973. And then, he has worked with the Disney company for many years. And one of the things that he's very well known for is he had a team that he worked with directly and helped manage and lead for the monorail, which opened in October 1st of 1971. And so we get to talk to a Disney legend. He is known as the first person to actually get that title, which is a big title in the Disney community. And you're actually, this is the closest you're ever going to get to Walt Disney himself, I feel like, and meeting Mr. Nabby. And I also believe Joel actually didn't really meet Walt, but I think Joel had seen Walt maybe several times, I believe, as well. So it's just truly, truly exciting to have Mr. Nabby come and speak and share his story about, just not giving up and moving forward with things. So I'm excited.
I'm really excited to meet him and
yeah, it's gonna be a great event.
All right,
and that's only 2 people, and it's already gonna be.
That's right, guys. Hold on there with me. So, when you go to Disney World, or any Disney park, you meet a lot of people, and it was just this past May that Chris and I were in line meeting. We were going to go meet Buzz Lightyear. We were super excited, but I see this guy and I'm like, whoa, he's really sparkly. And I mean, this guy was super sparkly, right? Like he had these chains, like these necklaces, but like they were really cool. And I don't know. I was just like, who is this cat? And, he's talking to his newborn and I'm like, who is this person? And he started talking about Toy Story. And I'm like, oh man, this kid is so genuine. And, he starts talking to us and I don't know why, but I blurt out, I was like, you're a baseball player, aren't you? Just his built, he had that built like a baseball player. And he's like, well, I was. And then this is how we met the wonderful, famous TikTok influencer, former New York Mets player, Milton Ramos. And we got to actually spend the whole day with Milton at Disney. We kept running into him. Chris rode Tron with him. And at the very end of it, like he gave us these really cool necklaces and bracelets that he makes and called the Pollyanna necklace. So I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about Milton. This is a kid that has grown up in poverty and just his family couldn't afford a cheeseburger. And when I started hearing his story, I just was like, my heart just went out to him. But I was just so amazed at how he would take these really hard situations in life and just kept moving forward in things. And he has gone from the very top to the very bottom. And he's like only in his 20s right now. But Milton, actually, he broke his hand on a swing during a minor league stop with the New York Mets. And it was his injury that inspired him to develop a really cool product for baseball players called Paw Grips. And Paw Grips is designed to protect the ball player's hand from the vibration and discomfort from once they hit the ball to the bat. And Milton uses Paw Grips and his company to inspire and lead the athletes of tomorrow today. And additionally, he created a secondary business to complement his work with Paw Grips. And this is why he was so shiny when I saw him. They're called the Pollyanna necklaces. They're custom handmade neckwear that reflects excessively cheerful, optimistic individuals. And I mean, the one that he had, I really wanted because it had an icon, like, what was it? Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Like, it was so cool. I was like, that is so cool. And he's like, well, you can't have this one. But he makes them. And I mean, baseball players absolutely love them. So if you go on your Instagram, you look up Milton Ramos, he's on TikTok. He never sleeps. This kid never sleeps. But he is incredible and he has an amazing story that is just going to knock your socks off. But it's going to really inspire you because he has had some incredible challenges in his life and he has always gone back up and he has built himself back up literally by himself. So it's super fun. And I will just say, like, it was super fun for my husband to ride Tron with him at Disney World. So That's Milton Ramos. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. Okay. So we have another amazing speaker that is coming. And this is Kevin Spencer, who's actually lives here in Lynchburg, Virginia. Yeah. And I actually had the opportunity to see Kevin it was at the Chuck Mathena Center in Princeton, West Virginia. Him and his wife had this illusion magician show that was just amazing. Like, they brought up my little brother and they like cut him in half. I was like, oh my gosh. It was the craziest thing. But Kevin and his wife, Cindy, they live here in Lynchburg, but it's almost like Kevin isn't, I don't know. I feel like Kevin's known in our area, but not known as well as he is for what he does called Hocus Focus. And Hocus Focus is a therapeutic program. It is a 2023 gold recipient for Best Innovation in the category of health, awarded at the Anthem Awards in February of 2023 in New York City. His program was a 2022 silver recipient for Best Innovation. And Kevin himself is a gold recipient for Leader of the Year, awarded in May 2022, both in the categories of education, art, and culture. And so pretty much he came out with a documentary in 2016 called Powerful Medicine, Simply Magic that showcases individuals of varying abilities who, through the art of magic, have overcome physical, developmental, and intellectual challenges. Kevin is an amazing person. He has worked with children all over the world through his program of Hocus Focus. He even works with doctors and practitioners on how to incorporate magic, with some of their patients. And it is a really incredible story that he has. And I mean, this guy is in our backyard, but he is always traveling. Like, when I had reached out to him, he was like, I'm heading to Russia. And Kevin is going to bring some magic to our show. And probably some people are going to learn magic tricks, but he's also going to talk about the importance of how, magic can play a big role in our, just as a business owner and whatever you do and making things real fun. But I think you know a little bit about Kevin, don't you, Mike?
Yeah, I think my mom knows Kevin and Cindy, so yeah.
So we're really
very familiar with what they do.
Really, really excited to have Kevin and just super pumped about having him. Okay. So our last announcement, and I'm
really excited.
I'm looking at Woody because I really had Woody in mind about this person.
Do you know who it is, Woody?
I told him.
Yes. Oh, you told him
when
already.
I came in, I was so excited. So as you all can figure out, like, we have a lot of diverse speakers, and a lot of them are creatives, and a lot of them are, in business. Like Mr. Nabby was big in business with the Walt Disney Company, and So we were like, the more and more I thought about it, this guy I have followed, I look up to him as an actor, and he is definitely creative. And it's funny because I'm not really big into like scary movies and stuff like this, but I've always just had a heart for this fella because I saw his movie called Pan's Labyrinth. He played the Faun, and he also played the Pale Man and several other crazy creatures. But ladies and gentlemen, I am very excited to announce that we have Mr. Doug Jones, who is a multi-award winning actor, and he's very famous for so many characters that you probably had no idea it was him. He has a 35-year career under heavy makeups, but in memorable roles, such as the goofy zombie, Billy Butcherson from Hocus Pocus.
Yes. I'm so excited. I love Hocus Pocus.
I do.
Let me just say,
Yes,
I like the first one. Like the first one's my favorite. And I honestly, I know it was very controversial how many people liked the second one versus
loved it.
I thought it was great.
great.
I did
I
too.
thought it was so
It was
good.
great. Yeah.
I did. I
Nothing
thought it
wrong
was
with it.
great.
I loved how they even ended it too. Like,
Yes,
such
it had a
good
good
movie.
wrap up.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and Billy actually, Doug, I say Billy because that's how,
Billy.
but like he actually had a more prominent role in the second movie than he
Yes.
did the first.
Yeah.
So I think that's pretty cool. But yes, love me some Hocus Pocus.
Oh, I do
and
too.
Billy
I love-
Butcherson and Doug Jones, I guess, because that's who he is. Billy Butcherson.
So let's just talk about a few other things of characters that Doug Jones has played, and feel free to chime in here, Woody, because Woody, if we all don't know this, Woody's a creative himself and does some pretty fun things with some creatures and all sorts of fun things. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about Doug. He was thrust into the forefront as the Bluefish Man sidekick, Abe Sapien, in Hellboy. And I know, oh my goodness, yes, Hellboy. That's a comic.
Yeah.
Comic.
Oh, it's so, yeah.
How am I saying this? A comic
Graphic novel.
graphic novel.
Yeah.
So it's not what you think it is. I actually watched the movie and I was just like, that was so good.
Oh, it's so good.
It was so good. He took this kind of work to new heights with his role as the romantic leading amphibian man. And now I am going to not say this director's name correctly. And I it's horrible because this director is actually one of my favorite people, but Guillermo del Toro.
Guillermo del Toro.
Yes.
You're close. That is right.
Thank you.
Yes.
And the Academy Award 2017 Best Picture, The Shape of Water, and his dual roles as Pan in The Pale Man and the multi-Oscar winning Pan's Labyrinth. Now, I have to go ahead and just say real quickly, why is he coming, right? Like, why on earth are we inviting Doug Jones to come?
Amazing.
Yeah. Don't forget he was also the Silver Surfer?
Yes, he was the
Yep.
Silver Surfer.
From Fantastic Four.
From
Just had to throw that out
Fantastic
there.
Four, Rise of the Silver Surfer, and actually that was one of Doug's absolute favorite characters that he's ever played. And I just have to say, he plays some pretty intense creatures. And but what's really neat is when you get to know who Doug is, he plays these creatures because they have a redemptive story most of the time. And one of the fun things is I had no idea that I was actually watching Doug Jones as a child for the McDonald's commercials. He was Mac the Knife.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Doug was Mac the Knife. And I was like, that is so fun. So I'm super thrilled. He's known as the King of Creatures. And he has an incredible, incredible heart. One of the most genuine people that you will ever meet. Got to meet him in 2009 randomly when I went to a Comic-Con for the first time in Lexington. I took my husband because it was for Power Rangers. And I'm like, there were so many Power Rangers all over this place. I could not believe it. But then there were all these other things. Had never experienced a Comic-Con, didn't know what it was. It was so much fun. And as we're standing in line to meet someone else, I look to the left and I see this guy that looks like this person that may have played a few characters from Pan's Labyrinth. And the closer I got to him, I'm going, and I bless his heart. I was looking right at him the whole time and he's looking and he's waving. There's nobody in line for him. And I'm like, what? Who is this? So I actually popped out of line and I paid to go see him. And I went to go talk to him and I asked him, I said, are you the person that played Pan in Pan's Labyrinth? He's like, yes. And, just the most genuine, kindest person. I mean, took 30 minutes with me. And then there was this huge line of people because they finally figured out who this was. And we have pictures of when we were with him. But who would have thought that, from 2009 to here we are in 2023, that he's coming and he's going to be sharing his story about the challenges that he faced. He's known as the man behind the mask, but he didn't really have a voice in hardly any of the roles that he played.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's going to talk about that because I cannot imagine that type of struggle. And, he has a great story about him and his wife and just their story about, not able to have children. And they kind of talk about, their role in many folks' lives. And him and his wife have been just such encouragers of a younger generation. So truly, truly thrilled about Doug coming. And he was also in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. You guys, you're going to...
What We Do in the Shadows? He's the Baron in that?
Yes, he's in the shadows.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the movie or TV show?
TV show.
Oh,
This guy is legend.
he was in Batman, where he played in Batman Returns.
Y'all just, I can't, this guy.
So, Woody, will you be there?
Will you
Doug
be there?
Jones, absolutely. I was telling Kristen, I was like, that's one of the, the few that would make me geek out.
Look, he's over there giggling.
I'm telling you, he's top. He's top.
I mean, he's fanboying
That's
over
it.
here.
Yep.
I've been getting text messages over here the whole time Chris has been speaking, like, no way. Shut up.
We're just so thrilled to have all these people. And, the neat thing is I don't think one knows the other. And, I know Joel knows quite a few people in the community of, Hollywood and stuff. And I just want to say that, I have been so scared to reach out to some of these people, but if it wasn't for Joel and all of his encouragement about the event itself, it would not have inspired.
Mm-hmm.
I spoke to Joel on the phone for 3 hours and he just shared all the things that are going on in his life.
I would love to get some of them to call into the show as we're leading up to Dream On so that we can talk to them. And, if I can just get, Doug to come in, he can just talk to Woody. We'll just let Woody run that portion.
Absolutely.
But, I just, we've
I'm
had
able
some
to talk.
What I love is I feel like we've had some pretty, important celebrities call in throughout the years on Talk Local to me.
Yes.
And it's just as being able to, what you have done, and I take none of this credit, what Kristen and Chris have done, and definitely Kristen, to bring these people to this community and to provide this sort of summit. I've done Lead On, I've done Empower, and we've done local speakers and a few outside, but this is over the top amazing. I just cannot say enough about, as she was telling me who was coming, I thought she was going to be like, oh, we talked to this person down the street and they're going to come and talk. And then she's throwing all these names out. And I'm just like,
well,
what?
Kristen holds up to her small but mighty reputation.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yes. I love to say that I'm tiny.
Mighty Mouse.
I'm tiny but mighty, guys. I'm only 5. I was 5'2", but I think I shrunk lately. I just went to the doctor and they're like, you're 5'1". I'm like, wait, when did that happen?
I'm not falling far behind you because I was 5'3" and now I'm 5'2". So you and I are just shrinking together.
What is happening to us?
But it's just been phenomenal to see the effort that has been put into this event. So I can honestly say, if you purchase a ticket, and we're going to get to that in a minute, but if you purchase a ticket, you are going to be blown away. I mean, it's not small potatoes here, guys. It's not. It has, everything has been well thought out. We have had weekly meetings in the past month or so to just make sure all the T's are being crossed and the I's are being dotted, and that we're bringing an experience to Lynchburg that you're not going to get anywhere else.
It's going to be wonderful.
There's a lot of heart in this event. It's going to be great.
There is. And I feel like this event is going to sell out fast. So when tickets are available, you need to go ahead and jump on that. I already
don't
have
wait.
my list of who I have to get tickets for.
Yeah,
so,
do not wait.
I'm ready. But
absolutely.
But yeah, I'm excited because it really shows that you're really taking on this thing and showed that it's really not a small world after all. So
that's right.
I've been holding on to that since you sat down.
Oh
so
man, awesome.
just know I was going to say that sometime.
You're like, don't forget it, Mike. Don't
It's the
forget
theme
it. Don't
song of
forget
the
it.
event.
Cue the song.
It's a small world after all.
And that ends our
So
podcast.
now, as everyone turned off,
Everybody just turned it off.
let's
Johnny
talk
the
about. Do you want to talk about tickets?
Yes.
Or I don't want to cut you off. If you have anything else.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I know that we've gone over, so thanks everyone for hanging in there. So the first thing is that tickets the website, everything about the Dream On Summit is going live on Friday, and you can get your tickets through there. We're looking for some sponsors. What we've decided to do, and this is just the latest update, is we are going to have general admission. It's $125. I know that might sound a lot.
That's $25 for these awesome speakers.
125.
No, it's 25 per speaker, so that's a deal.
Yeah.
No, that is an amazing.
That's an amazing
Okay,
price.
so-
That's a great.
We've tried really hard to make this somewhat affordable for everyone, but when you come, you're going to get a cinch bag, a small bottle of water, a pen. You're going to get a clipboard so you can take notes, and we are just thrilled. Now, our sponsors, if you want to become a sponsor of this event, there is going to be a VIP for sponsorships, and all the details are going to be on that. But like, you will get a meet and greet with these folks. You will also get signed. Their books will be signed. Their artwork's going to be signed. It's going to be incredible. Also, I'm really excited because our VIP sponsors are going to get a VIP cinch bag, a full bottle of water. They're actually going to be seated at a table. It's going to be kind of like a classroom setup, but real fancy and fun. And we are going to have what are called pagers at the end of at the end of your row. So if you need more water or anything like that. Plus, our VIP sponsors are also going to get a refillable coffee mug that's going to say Dream On. And we are going to have a vendor there that is going to be providing coffee, and it's unlimited coffee in your coffee mug the whole time you're there. General admission folks can actually buy those coffee mugs. It's very similar to how Disney does the refillable mugs. We're trying to bring in a little bit of some fun little Disney ideas.
And certain levels gets your logo on those refillable mugs.
On the mugs. And it's just going to be an incredible event. I also just wanted to say that we actually have our MC who is here in Lynchburg. And, I discovered this guy just at a networking event with Coffee Talk, and his name is Josh Urban. And so Josh is going to be our MC and DJ for this event. He's also written a book recently as well that is going to be there. And then we have performer Minnie Damon, and she actually worked at Disney World. She was a former cast member. She was at the Voices of Liberty in Epcot, where they would sing under the rotunda there inside of the American Revolution place. I can't remember the name of it, but that's in Epcot. And Mindy actually works at Liberty University as well. And so this place is just gonna knock your socks off, y'all. And the goal is that when you walk out, we want you to feel so stinking inspired that you are ready to start sharing your story, making what you do in your business a lot more attainable and more personable.
Right. And then did you mention VIP tickets? Because I know we have sponsors, but there's also, are we doing tickets?
So we were going to do VIP tickets, but we decided for the sponsorships, those will be VIP only.
Gotcha. Okay.
We were doing a little bit more details about it, and we decided, if you're a sponsor, you're a VIP, and we just really wanted to kind of have our VIPs shine for this event. And the great thing is there's no limit on VIPs. And honestly, our sponsorship levels, they start at $2,000 and then they go below, which is really great for this event.
I just got the list from Chris because my mom and my wife are freaking out going, sponsor it. How much is it? So I was like, let me ask him because I don't want to stop in the middle and ask you that. But so I've got the list here, and there's some good levels there. So
there's some pretty.
They're very affordable, even at the lower cost. It's still affordable for a small business owner to take part and get their name out.
And then the last thing I'm just going to say, we are giving away a Walt Disney World vacation at this event. So if you come to this event,
look at Woody's face. He's like, I'm telling, he's coming.
Woody's like ready to go ahead and, hey, Woody, be a sponsor.
You're speaking my language now. This is like, and y'all, I don't go to many events. And like this one was like, okay, I've got it on the calendar already.
Oh, so excited. So we are giving a Walt Disney World vacation away for the very first time for Minnie's Travel Boutique for December of 2024. There's going to be one person in this event that's actually going to win, and we are going to announce that person there. It's going to be amazing and real magical. And along with that, every person that comes has an opportunity to get extra tickets for the raffle drawing for the Walt Disney World vacation by submitting up to 10 boxes of Crayola crayons, the 64 count. And all those crayons are going to be going to Rustburg Elementary School.
Awesome.
That's great. And then I also want to do a quick plug because we are lunch. I just want to kind of throw out there.
Yes.
Our lunch is going to be provided by 2 of our local food trucks in the area. We're going to have Porterhouse Catering. And so they'll be having, you're going to have an option when you sign up as to what type of lunch you choose for the day. And so we've got Porterhouse Catering, which will be doing either barbecue, pulled chicken, chicken salad, or Heavenly Sandwich, which will be providing 3 different types of like sandwiches. So box lunches for everyone. And we're really, thankful to them for jumping in and being able to provide that for our.
And that's included in your ticket.
Yes.
By the way, your lunch is included in your ticket for that day. There is a clear bag policy for this event as well. We want to keep all of our speakers safe. And we're going to hopefully have some sort of officers or somebody that's going to be helping direct traffic for this event. The event is expected to sell out very fast. We already have people that we've already talked to and they're like, we need 25 tickets. So it's like, please, if you are interested, it'd be great if you crash our website on Friday.
Right.
No, I'm joking, but we're super thrilled about this. So we really hope that all of you that are listening can come on out to this event and really be inspired to share your story.
Awesome. Well, thank you. I know we didn't really talk Disney today, but I know people have heard before.
We got a lot going on.
You can always go back on past episodes of Talk Local to Me. You can go on Spotify or GroveStreet.fm and look up past episodes that Kristen's been on if you're interested in learning more about Disney and what they do through Disney. But we really wanted to share the Dream On Summit today for everyone. And we are going to cut really quickly to our sponsor that we have at the end of the day, and then we'll be right back to do a quick
after these messages.
Yeah.
We'll be right back. Are you or a loved one looking for top-notch care and support in Bedford, Virginia? Look no further than Oakwood Health and Rehab, where compassionate care meets excellence in rehabilitation. At Oakwood Health and Rehab, we understand that each individual's journey to recovery is unique. That's why we offer personalized care plans tailored to your specific needs. Our team of experienced and dedicated healthcare professionals are here to provide round-the-clock care and support, ensuring your comfort and well-being every step of the way. Our state-of-the-art facility is designed to create a warm and welcoming atmosphere, making you feel right at home. Our cozy rooms, beautiful gardens, and engaging common areas provide the perfect setting for your recovery journey. Oakwood Health and Rehab offers a wide range of rehabilitation services, including physical therapy, occupational therapy, and speech therapy, all aimed at helping you regain your independence and quality of life. Our experienced therapists work closely with you, guiding you through your tailored exercises and activities that promote health and healing. But it's not just about the physical well-being. We believe in nurturing the mind and spirit too. Our enriching recreational programs and social activities ensure that you stay engaged and connected with your fellow residents. Your comfort and satisfaction are our top priorities. That's why our caring staff takes care of everything, from medication management to delicious chef-prepared meals that cater to your dietary preferences. Discover the warmth and support of Oakwood Health and Rehab in Bedford, Virginia. Our team is here to welcome you with open arms and provide the exceptional care you deserve. So don't wait. Call us today at 540-425-7800 to schedule a tour and learn more about how Oakwood Health and Rehab can be your partner on the road to recovery. Oakwood Health and Rehab, neighbors caring for neighbors in Bedford, Virginia. We look forward to caring for you.
So a big thank you to our sponsor.
Yeah, if you want to be a sponsor for the podcast and either have your ad read by me or Heather, or even Woody if you pay extra. It's the introduction to the podcast, or as we leave for the day, reach out to us at cbabc.org.
And make sure you've marked your calendars for this Friday to get your Dream On Summit tickets.
That is October 6th.
Yes, and we hope that you will tune in and listen to Talk Local to Me next Wednesday, wherever you listen to your podcast.
And also go vote for Heather and I as best DJ in Lynchburg Living.
I did my vote already.
Absolutely.
Yes.
cbabc.org.